emotional fitness is every bit as important as physical fitness, and I was very depressed for quite some time. I couldn't come out of my depression. I tried many different ways and nothing seemed to work. I just always would go back to the deep hole that I was in. I was in a relationship for quite some time that didn't work, and after it ended I was in a state of complete depression. I couldn't think straight. My focus was gone. The only way I could maintain myself was by continuing to work out physical fitness, but my emotional fitness lacked. I tried many different things, and then finally I got in touch with Olga, and she helped me tremendously after just one session. It usually, she told me, takes more than one session, and I will go back for a follow-up session just to maintain. But it's something that I didn't believe possible, that after she worked with me just even 10 hours, 12 hours afterwards, all the negativity that I had been holding in for so long, for so many years, had been removed. And in order to convince myself of how it worked, I tried as hard as I could to bring back the negativity, and I couldn't. I couldn't bring it back. And I was just so amazed and so grateful to Olga. It's something that I'm never going to be able to repay. It's a debt that I pay forward on it. I try to work in ways that I can to help the flow of life with every different thing. I removed negativity from myself. I didn't think it was possible, but it happened. And I just feel like I've gotten my life back after seeing Olga just even one time. There's other times where if I need to maintain it, I'll call her again and we'll talk some more. But I really feel like I got my life back after working with Olga, and I couldn't be happier or more satisfied with who I am as a person right now. The amazing thing is the way that Olga performed the emotional dynamics. It's not like traditional therapy where you sit in a chair forever and talk about things and have questions asked that you may know the answers to, you may not, but it just goes on and on and on. There was a lot of breath work, which is integral to martial arts as well. That's a parallel I can place on it with what I do and what Olga does. The breath work was amazing. Oxygen is such a transcendent force that maybe that's what helped me to move blockages that I had that trapped the negativity, and I don't know. And she would not necessarily ask me questions, but ask me about my feelings and how the feelings were and what I was feeling with them. There were sensations within the body that were accomplished by the breathing and by her asking me about my feelings, how to rate my feelings, and then suggestions that I could readily accept to eliminate negativity and to replace them with positive feelings. And I just felt like through the breath work I was cleansing the negativity and bringing in the positive and not allowing the negativity to come back. And that's what was so amazing with the technique that Olga used. It was just so, I just can't describe how effective it was and how quickly it worked for me and how grateful I am. I keep going back to grateful, but why wouldn't I be? I'm back now, so that's just how I feel. Olga, how exactly did you work that magic through me?
Well, I use a number of different techniques that in conjunction with a lot of intuitive work can perform what some can call it miracle, which is not. There is no such thing as miracle, just very simple approach. We look at emotions associated with bodily sensation, we intensify emotion, and that's what traditional therapy very often overlooks. So we intensify it artificially using different techniques that I came up with and different methods that are already available. We intensify and we release them at the moment of intensification when it's the easiest to do. Then the last stage would be integration. We try to integrate it in the state of your being and energetic field as you have it at the moment.
Okay. Oh, and there was a point where during the breathing you took my hand and and that's when I started to feel like a kind of a release too.
Well, here what happened, it's pretty simple really. There is a obviously energetic exchange. So energetic exchange.
Okay.
There is some acupressure point. You work with acupressure points associated with particular patterns of breathing at the moment. But for that, to do that, we really need first to look what emotional field looks like. We almost fragment it on pieces to see what the pattern arises, and accordingly to that, we work with the body through particular interaction with the body. It can be pressure, it can be tapping, it can be anything that looks right in the moment. Is really intuitive. So I have always very hard time explaining how exactly it works.
So I guess it was kind of like a work of art. Each time it's something different. Maybe when you hear different types of music, you dance different.
Oh, absolutely. Every private session is very different. What I try to create for the reason of for the similarity is the events, to have a framework that is similar for large groups of people across the board, despite the fact that everybody comes with a different content of life, so different issues. Yet the manifestation of those issues are extremely, extremely similar. We don't need to go into stories of each separate life at all. As you notice, I ask very few questions. I really don't need to hear all your story, and especially not your interpretation of the story. We look at interpretation of the story very, very little. Yes. Yes, so we really, really need to get into what's present, experience it. You know about somatic experiencing, right? So experience it, re-experience it, and transform the experience into something that is more true than your perception of it and than distorted memories of it.
Okay, I get it. What had been happening to me with my depression was it created a profound lack of focus. I couldn't finish a lot that I started. I was unable to concentrate on different aspects of basic financial responsibilities and survival. And after seeing Olga, I was able to refocus, and my energy is going in the right place now. So with my work, I'm doing a lot better with my work. I work out in martial arts, and I find my training to be focused a lot better now as well. And just even my aspects of the art world, I enjoy everything around me. I like to draw, take photographs. It's like I see things clearer now. I smell things greater now. I hear different sounds now. This sounds like maybe it's too much, but I can't help it because I was so down for so long. It's like coming out of the darkness into the light after you've been in the darkness for so long. And I just feel so good about it, and I just feel so good about it, that's all.